Hey y'all, this Battle Memes by Omari back at you with another video. So in this video, I want to go over how perfect the GT endings were for its specific characters and scenarios. I mean, you can tell the amount of heart and passion that went into this series, despite it being short, which was okay with me. It didn't need to be dragged on. It actually ended at a very high note. And it ended very well for a lot of the characters. And it was perfect. Near perfect for each one of the characters. And first, I'm going to start off with Oob. We all know that Oob is basically Kid Buu reincarnated with a good heart. We know that. So he is still a Buu, but in human form. So he still has that Buu essence in him. Him merging back with Fat Buu in GT was so perfect and well thought out, because since they've been separate, Fat Buu has not been a complete person. He has not been a complete character. Same as Oob. They were always missing each other. So for them to merge back together to become Oob, the Oob that was basically his final form with the vest, was so perfect for his ending story. That was, I mean, thought went into that. So that about Oob, I think his ending was perfect. Next up is Piccolo. Now, anybody that's watched GT knows about the sacrifice that Piccolo made because of the Black Star Dragons, and that he basically sacrificed himself to turn them into stone, the Black Star Dragon Balls. Initially, Piccolo went to heaven because he's earned that right to go into heaven, despite all the evilness he did back then. He redeemed himself, and Goku was trapped in hell. So Piccolo had a way to get him out. But King Yama couldn't do it because he had already stamped that Piccolo goes to heaven, and he can't just go back on his word. So Piccolo, in a hilarious scene, starts to revert back to the evil King Piccolo Damel and starts to wreck the whole heaven. And, he changes King Yama's mind to send him down to hell to get Goku out so that he can fight Super Android 17. And naturally, Piccolo feels bad about what he did to heaven, but he had no choice. And Piccolo is now in hell permanently. But it's perfect for him. Why? Because he is the Demon King. Regardless of everything he's done to redeem himself from being evil, he's still the Demon King. So now he's in hell, keeping things in check. And, in heaven, let's be honest, he would have got bored anyway. So now he's in hell, keeping it in check. In fact, making him the Demon King. The king of demons in hell. It's perfect. And then Goku goes down and thanks him for everything that he's done. I mean, you guys gotta remember, man, ever since Raditz got there, life changed for Piccolo, and he sacrificed so much for the planet Earth. And Goku thanked him for that. And they gave each other a handshake, and then we saw some type of aura around it. Now, it's never said specifically what it was, but Piccolo knew that Goku was different. You can't just go into hell and leave. So Piccolo knew at that point that Goku had ascended into something different. So I believe that handshake bonded them forever. Now, it's not said when you're in hell, whether you can die of old age or whatever, but forever they're bonded with that handshake. That's the way I see it. And now on to Vegeta. Straight up off the back, at the beginning of GT, we see that he is different. Toriyama, when he designed Vegeta for GT, he gave him a mustache to show that he's more down to earth now. In fact, the whole mustache thing was kind of an interesting, hilarious saga because it shows how self-conscious Vegeta became about his looks and how he appeared to others, including his family. So instead of, chasing down Goku, blah, 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 he's now more concerned about how he appears, how he wants to be attractive to his family and to other humans, which shows, very much growth and character development in Vegeta. That was the whole point of the Mustache Saga, was to show Vegeta's development. And the same goes for his outlook towards Goku. Because, back then, he was very much, oh, Goku, you did this, you did that. I should be stronger, blah, blah, blah. Hanging onto Goku's tail and trailing behind him. In GT, he's developed. Because at the end of the Buu arc, he admitted Goku is the best. So GT took on from that. And Vegeta then wanted to get stronger to find out his own limits, to find out where he can go without having to follow in Goku's lead. And that's his development in GT, which is very impressive. He's more oriented towards himself and his family. He's more of himself, trying to build on himself. So at the end of GT, when he sees Pan pick up Goku's gi and he tells her to hold that close, right then he knew that Goku was special. Right there he let us know that he knew Goku was special. And he was something, to hold on to. And you can tell he was sad that he left. And then we see Vegeta fly away. So from then on, we know that Vegeta keeps Goku in his memories and he trains for his own purposes. Next up, the Dragon Balls. Yes, I said it, the Dragon Balls. How perfect was the Shadow Dragon arc? I mean, how perfect and creative was that to end this show, to end this franchise, to be honest? I mean, this arc gave the Dragon Balls a voice. It gave them a voice to say, I'm tired of giving y'all what you want without repercussions. I'm tired of you guys making wishes to fix what you let get destroyed. I'm tired of you wishing for selfish things. I'm over it. There are repercussions to your actions, whether they came with good intentions or bad intentions. You can't just use me all you want and nothing happened. So the Shadow Dragon arc was so perfect to give the Dragon Balls a voice and say, enough is enough. So they became corrupt and the Shadow Dragons happened. That writing was so good and unique for Dragon Ball, to show that even with good intentions, bad things can happen. I mean, that's literally a saying. Most of the worst things that's happened in this world happened with good intentions. And they almost lost the entire universe that Goku fights so hard to protect. His home planet. He almost lost it with good intentions. So it's a lesson to be learned in the Shadow Dragon arc. Not just an arc to be an arc, but it's a lesson to be learned behind it. And that was perfect to me. In fact, Trunks even says that they're being tested, that they have to be taught a lesson. And once the dragons see that they learned their lesson with protecting the earth with their own power and not relying on such a crutch like the Dragon Balls, that they may come back, which we see in the Dragon Ball special generations later. Goku is telling Goku Jr. that you need to collect all 7 balls in order to summon the dragon to make a wish. So it is, in fact, a fact that the Dragon Balls eventually came back. And of course, last but not least, we have Goku. This one is a debatable topic on what actually happened to Goku at the end of GT. I can give my synopsis on it, my analysis. I believe that Goku was in fact killed by Omega with his Karma Ball. He was killed. And when he was killed, he made a pact. Shenlong somehow came to him in between his transition from this world to next. He met up with Shenlong, and Shenlong made a pact with him. If he brought him back, would he do this task? This specific task he has in mind for Goku, and Goku agreed. And, for the sake of the world, he wanted to protect it. Like he told Omega when he came back, I'm not going anywhere until I put you away. And he did that. And when Shenlong came for him, he knew it was time to go. He already knew what Shenlong was talking about, meaning they had a discussion prior, which even Toyotaro touches up on in his Dragon Ball AF manga that he started to do before Dragon Ball Super. He touches up that him and Shenlong made a pact after he was exploded by Omega's Karma Ball. So that's very, 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 very possible. All the facts point to that being what happened. I mean, right off the bat, we realize that Goku has ascended to some other platform of existence because we see him leave with his gi on. Yet Pan finds his gi on the floor after he's gone. So that right there makes you think, what? And then he's able to bounce to hell when he wanted to, and he went to go see Krillin and disappeared in thin air. I mean, obviously this guy has become something different. And, generations later, we see him at the tournament watching his great-great-great-grandson fighting in the tournament. So obviously we know that he has ascended because he doesn't even look old. So, you have to take all that into consideration. And obviously he's some sort of guardian of the Dragon Balls. I believe that the pact he made with Shenlong was, you're going to come with me, you're going to train with me, and once I give Earth back these Dragon Balls, you are going to be responsible for making sure these Shadow Dragons never appear again. That's what I believe happened. That's the only logical thing I could think of that happened. Goku became a guardian of the Dragon Balls to prevent the havoc that happened before. So he now lives in some sort of otherly realm of dragons where he can prevent and keep an eye on how much the Dragon Balls are being used, which is the perfect ending for Goku. It's the perfect ending for Goku. I mean, it's you could tell a lot of passion went into it. And man, there's so many more that you would know what happened if you watched GT, like Trunks. At the beginning of GT, we see he's the president of the Capsule Corporation, and it obviously stayed in the family because his great-great-great-grandmother still owns the company and kept it in the family. Goten just enjoyed being a young adult with the ladies and stuff like that. Pan enjoyed being a spoiled little 12-year-old. Gohan, the scholar, took care of his family, spoiled Pan, and just enjoyed life. Mr. Satan went on to be a legend in the world for, his quote-unquote heroics throughout the show. And yeah, just it's so much heart in GT that forget the explosions and all that stuff. It's just, the passion and the heart that went into these characters that, you can really tell in GT that there's love for them. And you can see that they went on to live a peaceful life. And that's the one thing, one of the many things I love about Dragon Ball GT is it stayed true to the characters. So let me know what y'all think, man. Is GT not the perfect ending for Dragon Ball and its characters? Let me know in the comments section how you feel about it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.